So students, this is video 2 of squares and square root. First I am concentrating on squares. So what is the use of knowing about squares? It has got a very wide application. Some simpler applications initially you should understand. Suppose I have a land which measures 16 meter by 9 meter, and I don't want to buy this land because my children say that we should have a land which is equal in length and equal in breadth, and which should be equal to the area of this only. So first you know what is the area of a rectangle, length into breadth. So you will get 16 into 9. So you will get 144 meter square. Alright, so this area should be equal to 144 meter square, and the length should be equal to breadth. That means what number when multiplied by itself gives 144? Straight away you know 12. So that means you have to get a land which has got length and width same equal to 12 meters. This is what is the first application you should understand. Or suppose you have got 144 students lined up and you want to arrange them for PT, and you should have same number of children front and back and same number of children in rows and columns. So that means 12 in the front row and 12 in each column. So that will be the use over there. And suppose they say, okay, let's just do the opposite. You've got 12 children like this and 12 children in rows and 12 in columns. You have to convert that into 16 rows. So how many columns will be there? Then you can always equate. Then secondly, over here, these numbers are called Pythagorean triplets. So I have made a right angle whose perpendicular is 12, whose base is 5, and whose hypotenuse is 13. So these numbers, whenever there is a right angle triangle, there is a relationship among its sides. There is a relationship among its sides. What is the relationship? The square of the two smaller ones, if I find and add them up, right? So I get 169. That means 12 square plus 5 square is equal to 169, and the hypotenuse square is 13 into 13, that is also equal to 169. So that means it's all the right angle triangles will have this property. The square of the smaller two, the sum of the square of the smaller two will be equal to the square of the larger one, that is the hypotenuse. So if I take this as C and this as A and B, then A square plus B square will always be equal to C square. This is the Pythagoras theorem also we call it. And Pythagorean triplet will be 12, 5 and 13. So suppose you have to, on your own you have to find out some Pythagorean triplet where you want to construct right angle triangles. So the simple thing is that you have a side in your mind. Suppose you have a side in your mind that you want to construct a right angle triangle with one of the sides as 8. So you can find out the Pythagorean triplet. You can find out the Pythagorean triplet. Find out by using a simple method. You have told you need a side as 8 meter, isn't it? So take 2m is equal to 8. So m will be equal to 4. Now this will, the first side A will be 8. This you remember. B will be equal to square 1 less than square of the half. So half of 8 is 4. 4 square is 16. 16 minus 1 will be how much? 16 minus 1 will be 15. So B will be 15 and C will be the same thing only with a positive sign. That means 4 square is 16 plus 1, that is equal to 17. So check it up. 8 square is 64. 15 square is 225. So, and 17 square is also 289. So you get the Pythagorean triplet. So imagine, normally you do it with even number initially. I will suggest you that. Even number, you think of an even number. Suppose you thought of 10, half it. So half of 10 will be what? 5. 5 square minus 1. So 25 minus 1 is 24. And 25 plus 1 is 26. So that means you thought of a number 10, you made it half, 5 square minus 1 will be 24 and 5 square plus 1 will be 26. Now let us check it. 24 square is, look at the table initially, 576 and 10 square is 100. So 576 plus 100 is how much? 676, and 26 square is also how much? 676. So did you get it? So your homework will be, homework 2 of video 2 will be so this is what is your triplets of Pythagorean triplets. This is how you have to understand. And what did you learn? That if you take a base of 24, put a right angle and take height of 10 and just join and measure, you will automatically get the hypotenuse as 26. So this is what is initially we have to understand about squares and the uses of squares. Thank you.